Hello everybody, hope you're all well. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. I've got my pyjamas on. I feel the need to admit that to you as soon as we begin this video. I don't know why, but because you can't see what's below, I feel like I need to confess. I have got myself nice and cozy. I am sitting up in the loft and I am surrounded by fabulous gifts, all under £10, which I'm going to share with you in today's video if you're looking for some inspiration for Christmas gift ideas under the £10 price point. And in fact, every single one I have here, I'm pretty certain I have managed to get under the £10, which is getting more and more challenging these days, isn't it? Of course, you will know if you've watched my annual gift exchanges, I'm a big fan of thrifted gifts and picking up all of the bargains at the boot sale and second-hand finds. So those videos are on my channel if you want some kind of second-hand thrifting inspiration. But everything that I've got for you here is things that you can pick up from the shops. Most of it is available to purchase online, so I will link anything that I can that is available to buy online in the description box so you can click through and shop from there. I have made myself I've got a cold coffee. It's one of those ones that have got like protein in it. That's what I'm drinking. I hope you've got a nice drink on the go yourself. And we'll have a quick sip of the cold coffee and then we will get straight into it because I've got loads of gifts to go through with you today. So, talking of beverages, the first thing I want to share with you, and I have brought up in its box, but I've actually got this straight out of the freezer, and it is this ice cube box. And this is a fantastic design. I was after something that was a little bit nicer than your kind of regular ice cube trays. I use ice all the time in different drinks, and this I found and I just think it is absolutely brilliant. So we have the layer on top here, this is the lid, and then inside you basically just turn it over and then the ice will go into the box, and then you just push it down like that and all the ice falls into the container, and then you are left with all of the ice cubes inside of the box. And they're also these really nice interesting shapes, all a bit irregular, which I quite like. I think that is a vibe. I need to put these 3 in because I know that if I don't, that will bother some of you. But yeah, the lid goes on and then you have loads of ice in a container in the freezer, nice and neat and tidy. I think a fab design, a really, really cool product. I think great for anybody who likes ice in their beverages and who doesn't like a cold drink at some point. I think most of us do. Now, talking of the beverages, you could team some of these things up with what I've just shown you. I spied these down at Lidl, but I know that these have been really popular. I mean, I'm very slow with things like trends and stuff. I'm always like the last one to the party. But Buzz Balls cocktails, Buzz Balls? Yeah, with a Z. It's cool because it has a Z on the end. These have been making a bit of a buzz this year, I believe, or maybe longer, I don't know. I've heard good things about them and I spied them in Lidl at £3.49 each. They're quite a cool shape and the cocktails inside them are meant to be really good. They pack a punch. They are 13.5%. And we have tequila Rita here. We also have choc teas and strawberry Rita. And I thought, you know, you could get a few of these depending on your budget and then maybe include them with some ice, or with some ice, yeah. Just give someone a bag of ice for Christmas. I mean, with an ice cube maker. Or you could give it with a beautiful glass. And I found this one in Flying Tiger, and this was £5. Now I think it's slightly higher on the price point because it is this beautiful pink glass, a really cool design, the shape. This kind of thing you definitely see in much more expensive homeware stores. And I think the reason it's expensive, well, in terms of sort of Flying Tiger price points, £5 for a glass is quite pricey, I guess, is because the glass isn't just coated in the pink, it is like pink glass that it's made out of. And I think that with one of these makes a nice little gift, kind of stack it in there, and that's very cool. I have some other beverage suggestions for you. The first one is from Fortnum's Darling, and we have the Christmas mulled wine spices. So you get the little box like this. It's in some beautiful packaging. I will be going for a full proper little nosy around Christmas. We've had a little sneak peek in my vlogs, but I'll hopefully do a proper rummage like early one morning where the shop's nice and quiet. But in here you have your little bags full of the mulled wine spice ready to go, and you could give this with a nice bottle of red wine, and that would make it a lovely gift. You could pop it into a little basket and make up your own hamper. And then let's stick with the beverages. I must show you this mug. You might have seen it recently in my B&M haul, but these are £3.49 or £3.50, sorry, and they've got the initial on. Lots of you were saying you thought that was a sausage. It's I for Ewan, but yeah, I do appreciate that. It is gold as well, but it kind of looks brown on camera, so yeah, it is what it is. But it's a beautiful design, very, very cool for that price, and you could give this with some nice hot chocolate in it or someone's favourite tea. And if you do want to give someone some tea, you can also get these really lovely little tins from Fortnum's. In here we have the Earl Grey Classic, so you just get a few tea bags in here. You just get 5 silky tea bags, so you know, like the nice ones in the silk little pouches. But what I like about this is the tin. So this is one of those tins that is very small, compact. You could pop it into like a handbag or into even a pocket. And for someone who loves their tea or to take on their travels, you just push this and it would pop open. So it's like a reusable tin, and a really nice little tin. So I thought for somebody who likes to always take tea with them, you know, that person that goes on holiday with their tea bags, it could be a really lovely little gift for them. More beverages. We love a Christmas beverage here. I showed these in my men's gift guide, and I thought I'd mention them within this because they are under the £10 price point, both from Fortnum's. You have the mulled Devon cider with English cassis. I think that's a really nice kind of celebratory drink. You know, it's kind of fun, isn't it, with the cassis in it, and it sounds like really nice and festive with the ginger and the cinnamon, the nutmeg and all those lovely spices. And then we also have the Christmas ale, and these come in both under £10. I mean, this is under a £5. I think this is like just £3 or £4 for the tin of ale, but yeah, really nice ale it's meant to be. So I'll pop that away for myself. I think I'll enjoy it. Well, both of them. Loads of these are for me, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, we can't treat ourselves at Christmas, when can we? What else have I got in terms of beverages? That might be it, but we might have to like dip and dive around. I'm trying to kind of theme it as I go through. Oh, I do have one more beverage. Of course I do. I've got the Bailey. So again, I included this in the men's gift guide. I'll link that below as well. I've done a whole gift guide on ideas kind of loosely based around ideas for men. Of course, they can be for anybody, but it should give you some inspo, and that's on all different price points, so loads of inspo in that video. But Baileys you can usually get under a tenner. Around the run up to Christmas, the supermarkets will often have their offers on. This one, I did spy it in Morrison's for £11. I don't know if the price has shifted since I saw that, but also with your Irish creams, you can usually pick them up in your Lidl's and your Aldi's. They've got some really lovely flavours, usually some quite interesting ones in there too, and they come in at under £10 usually, just as kind of like their regular price. So if you don't want to get like the Bailey's official, there's always those options in the supermarkets that are usually really nice. I have tried many of them, and yeah, they're always lovely. Is that it for beverages? I think so, but don't hold me to it. On to a sweet idea for a film lover. I spotted this in Flying Tiger, and this is 100 films, and this one has these little notes so you can say the genre and the film title and make your little notes on it. And I just thought that would be a really lovely gift for somebody who's into their movies, and potentially you could combine this with some cinema tickets, maybe pick up like a second-hand DVD. Could be quite fun if somebody has, you know, the DVD player to watch it. And then to go with that, I thought to fill it in, we can gift some beautiful pencils. These are the personalised pencils. I want to show you actually the box when it's wrapped up, because this small business wraps up the boxes beautifully. As you can see, they're called Pencil Me In. And then you can get them personalised with whatever words. That's my ring light just flashing on and off. We may have a ghost in the loft. I'm filming this right before Halloween, so heebie-jeebies are happening right now. This one has my catchphrases and familiar things on here. So we've got pumpkin and mittens, we have got emergency banana. We also have the Clean in 15, the title of my book, and quick sip of the coffee, which we always like to have here. But you can write whatever you like on these. You can also choose what colours you like. So if you know somebody who loves pink, I do apologise. Why are you doing this? Hello. You can, you know, go for all pink pencils. You can have a mix of colours. You can have a mixture of different words. You can spell out a word. Really, really good. And the price point on these for such a personalised gift, I think, is incredible. So yeah, an amazing one and a really thoughtful one too. I did also pick up a really lovely little pen in, let's just switch this off now because I think that's going to get distracting. So, oh dear, apologies, but this is what we'll have to deal with for the rest of the video. This is from Poundland, just a really sweet little bow pen, but again, you could like include that with a nice notebook or with like the gift that I've just shown you, and it just adds to it, doesn't it? And these are coming in at £1 at the moment. This one was actually reduced because the Poundland was closing. That was 60p, so a really good price. I also picked up this from a place called Sam's Pound, which some of you may have. I can't remember whether you've told me if they are all across the UK. I know they are dotted around London, but basically one of the kind of cheap and cheerful pound shops. I noticed that they do the Toblerones for £1.25, which I thought was a really good price for, like, you know, a little chocolate bar and quite a nice little gift idea. And yeah, I've gone for the fruit and nut one, but yeah, I just think Toblerone is a Christmas classic. I would have liked to have included a Terry's chocolate orange, but we have the Baileys of that flavour, but they're kind of obvious gifts as well. I'm trying to show you things that I think maybe you might not have considered or seen in the shops, and also I'm trying to go for some kind of quite nice luxury items. Speaking of which, I've got a couple of bits from the White Company to share with you. So I wasn't sure whether I'd be able to find anything for under £10 from the White Company, but I did find this heart soap plate, which I do think is kind of like a classic, iconic White Company piece, and just a really lovely gift. So it's a soap plate, but also it says it can be used as a decorative trinket bowl, so, you know, nice on a little side table, a chest of drawers to pop jewellery into. It's ceramic, yeah, £8 for that, and sometimes you can get a nice bit of discount with the White Company on the run up to Christmas. They'll often do like their 20% off everything. I think I've looked at these in the past and they've sold out online, so yeah, this will be linked as well. Everything's going to be linked that I can. But this one, if you're after it, I think it's definitely worth buying it sooner rather than later, because I did look in the past and it had gone. And it's the Ribbed Memory Bauble, and this I think you could really personalise beautifully, and it's something that you can use every single year. And essentially it is a lovely glass tree ornament decoration, but as you can see, it opens up, so you have the little clasp on here which has a lovely little flower design as well. I think the detail on this and the ribbon is all really, really nice for £8. I think, yeah, the price on this I think is really good. And then it opens up like that, it's hinged, and so you can pop something into it. So you could pop in a little photograph, a little note, you could add a little ornament. If you were popping a question, you could pop a ring into there, you know, all of these kind of things, really sweet little ideas, or just have it as a gift in itself, and then every year you could, you know, pop like a memory from that Christmas or some thoughts for maybe to open up next year when you get your Christmas decorations out. Loads and loads of like nice little sentimental ideas that you could do with this. So I think a really beautiful and classy gift. And then I got some bits in Boots because they've got like they always have their 3 for 2 offer on. And I thought, let's find a really good one and see what we can get for £30 for like 3 gifts after the discount, if that makes sense. So the things that I'm going to show you are above the £10 price point, but I've gone for the ones that I think are the best in terms of value when we do the 3 for 2. First of all, we have this gift set from the Sanctuary. I think Sanctuary products are such a nice staple. They smell amazing. In here you've got 4 different body washes, which actually I think is a really good one, because often with these gift sets you will get body creams, you'll sometimes get like a hair conditioner, 2 things that I don't use anywhere near as much as body washes. So I personally would get through all of these much quicker than I would body lotions, hand creams, foot creams, hair conditioner. These are things that you get through faster, I think. So the signature scent, which I think is amazing, from Sanctuary, I've used that for years. Then you've also got Aqua Serenity, you've got Lilium Rose, which is lovely, and then Golden Sandalwood, which I hadn't tried. But what I really liked about this was the clear container that it came in, because I think this would be perfect for taking on travels, and I think it's maybe a tiny bit bigger than, you know, the ones that you buy to sort of take through security. I think it's a teeny tiny bit bigger, but I reckon you'd get away with it. Definitely worth trying, with it being clear, to pop all your miniatures in for your travels. Worst case scenario, you know, security might make you take it out and put it into one of the little plastic bags. Next thing that I want to show you is the Bayliss and Harding Signature Collection Essentials Travel Bag. I like this because it reminded me of Louis Vuitton. I did feature this in my men's gift guide as well. And then you've got some really nice little black pepper and ginseng, so very like Molton Brown vibes products in here. You've got a body wash, a shampoo, and a face wash. But yeah, I just thought that the bag itself was really good, and that's £16, but then you've obviously got the 3 for 2. And then the third thing was this little mirror. It's a handbag mirror and pouch, and this is by Radley, and I just thought that was a really classy little gift. It's got a lovely little gold like keychain on it, and then the mirrors inside. Let me just take it out to show you, just so I can show you the quality. And I thought this in itself would make just a really lovely gift for somebody. Really like iconic brand, so I thought great for that price point. So this is the little pouch that it comes in. As you can see, it's all branded really nicely. And I just think that looks so expensive in comparison to the price point. It's the sort of thing you'd see in like the window of one of those posh shops in Bond Street, isn't it? And then you've got the lovely little gold, oh, get it out, the little gold mirror, which again is branded, so you can see what I can see now, which is all a little bit strange, isn't it? Probably see my washing drying over there. I've got my dry buddy in the corner there, you know, the heated clothes dryer up here in the loft. But yeah, I just thought very, very nice gift there, and it's a nice size. So if you're somebody that does those kind of, like some people do the table gifts, don't they? It could be quite nice for that. I have got some bits from Marks and Spencer's as well. I saw some, I mean, they've got so many good things in M&S for under £10. You're sort of spoiled for choice because you've got things like the nice food bits. They've got like the lovely tins with like sweets and things in and biscuits. And then you've got some really nice bits in kind of their like accessories section. So they've got nice little jewelry bits, really good priced fragrances in M&S. So worth a browse online or in store. This caught my eye, which I just thought was a lovely Christmas gift because it is so festive, but also like so kind of iconic British, and also smells amazing because it's in the scent, the clove and cinnamon, but it's this beautiful little candle. It's all ceramic, and then it's got like a little wreath attached onto it. And then it's got the lid, which is quite nice because when you, instead of like blowing out the candle, you just pop the lid on. It comes with the ribbon around it, and this is £10. And smells incredible. This scent, I think they've got it across like lots of their different candles. It's just so festive. Mandarin, clove, cinnamon in a post box, which just makes me think of Christmas cards and that kind of Victorian, is it Victorian times? I don't know. But that kind of old style British, beautiful. Lovely, lovely gift. And again, their candles do seem to sell like hotcakes. Last year, sorry, that's rather rustly, isn't it? I feel like Rowan Atkinson. Get my lavender out. I will stop rustling with the tissue paper. And yeah, the light up candle that I showed you last year in the Christmas gift guide, which is like, they've got the light up London ones, and it's basically where you light the candle, little LED lights light up the the candle holder. You've also got this year, I've noticed they've got a US one for sale, and they've also got, what were they doing? Scotland, I think, Wales, so those sell quickly. So I think if you're after that kind of thing, definitely go on to M&S and have a little look. And then also from M&S, I thought this could make a really lovely gift. Slightly different in terms of like a gift idea. You might want to kind of add something to this, otherwise it essentially is kind of like a little basket. But for somebody who loves their homeware, I think they would really like this because it's quite a stylish little piece. It's got the kind of scalloped edge going on, so quite like, you know, on trend, as they say at the moment. And yeah, it came in at under £10. It's really nicely made, like nice wicker. And again, this is like another of those kind of little trinket, throw your keys in, or for jewelry, or I guess, yeah, you could potentially put something in this. I think what would be quite nice in this, and this is almost kind of like reminiscent of the 90s, you remember, with like the little bath pearls and the soaps, but you could bring it a bit more up to date and go with a Lush bath bomb and go for a festive one. I think they're always good fun. And then we can pop like a little, you know, some tissue paper in there, and then it's like a nice little thing for the bathroom. You've got a lovely bath bomb. The bath bombs in Lush come in around, they're about £5 these days, aren't they? But I have got a little tip for you. If you download the Lush app, it does still have the discount on it. I've noticed, I think it's £3 off a £5 spend, so you could get like a £5 bath bomb, apologies, I think I didn't do the sip of the coffee, I promise I haven't had any of that Baileys as well. You can get a £5 bath bomb for £2 if my maths is mathing at this hour of the evening. So yeah, what are we thinking? He's just flung himself out of there, so he's not vibing with it. But yeah, I think that's quite sweet like that. You could pop a couple in there, couldn't you? And then I have some really beautiful bits in here to share with you from another small business. This one's called Driftwood Designs. They are based in Wales, and they have got some really, really beautiful decorations. They've got greetings cards, they've got like little signage things. I picked out a couple, but they've got loads of choice on the website, so I'll link the things that I'm showing you, but also do feel free to have a little browse. I think everything's really well priced and it's just all beautiful. So the first thing that I've got is this little wooden owl decoration, which I just think is so magical just on its own, even just like hanging that in a window. Can you imagine that with like, if you're lucky enough to live with some hills as like your view, or like woodland, and then having that hanging in the window? How cute would that be? But obviously, you know, here in London, he can hang up in the window and we've got like the cityscape behind. Looks really nice. And they've got like lots of these to choose from, as I say, well worth having a little browse on their website. And then this card I thought was brilliant as well. So this reminds, I mean, it's just so cozy, kind of, rustling again, kind of reminds me of the film The Holiday. It's a pop-up card and you tuck these bits in under here, and there's so much detail in this. I just think it is absolutely beautiful. So this is a Christmas card, but it almost feels like a bit of a gift. You know, if you just wanted to send like a nice thoughtful thing to somebody without sending them an actual present, you can get this in the post, you know, just with the first class stamp, but it's still like quite a substantial little thing, because then it becomes this amazing little ornament. And I thought you could pop some little LED tea lights into here as well. It's hard to show you the detail on camera, but there's so much detail in there. There's a little doggy around here as well, and yeah, it's just absolutely stunning. There we are, you can kind of see within it, but I won't show you all of it. I'll save the magic for any of you that do order this. But yeah, I just think it is fab. And oh, the chimney pots as well. They stand up like that. Oh, and there's little robins. It's just adorable, isn't it? Little snowman on the back, and then you can write a lovely message on here. So I just thought that was really nice as a card, or, you know, as a kind of gift card. And you could always add something to this as well. You know, this is the sort of thing, I haven't got one with me here, but I always think like a scratch card's a very fun gift to give to somebody. And you can get the festive ones, like the Merry Christmas scratch cards, for just, well, from £1 up, you know, depending on the prize. Or you could add maybe like a nice little handwritten note. You could add some tickets to something if you've got a nice occasion. Maybe like with this one, a really fun thing to do would be like book like a cottage, like a little Airbnb, stay somewhere, and then give them the cottage, and then they've got like a stay in a cottage coming up. That could be really thoughtful. And then the last thing from this small business, this beautiful sign. So it's all painted beautifully as well, and it's this window design. It's got the cellophane on it, so let me just take that off because I think it's shining and making it tricky to show you. Yeah, that's better. So yeah, it's made out of metal, and it's this really lovely winter scene of a window. And this is something that you could just like hang up. It's got the two little holes, so you could have that like hanging on the wall. But I just think even just to prop this up and maybe burn like a little, it's got a candle on it, so you could just sit like a tea light in front of this. And it's just so atmospheric. I just think it's absolutely beautiful with like the little hills and the moon up there. How lovely is that illustration? I just think the price point on all of these things are fantastic, so definitely check them out. Another thing that I picked up from, oh, I feel like I need to, do you need to stretch as well? Should we all have a little wriggle? You know when you just sat for too long in the same position? It's my hips these days, I'm telling you. I need to start my yoga up again. Gonna show you this one like this, and I'll be back up in a minute. This is from Fortnum's, and this is branded up, so it does say Fortnum's on it. And can you focus on the clip for everybody, please? While I sort my hips out. The hips don't lie, and at the moment they're saying, ow, I have been sat in the wrong position. There we go. So this is for a coffee bag, and again, under £10. I just thought that was a really nice, classy little gift idea. It's like a bulldog clip, isn't it, essentially? But this is designed for a coffee bag, so I just thought a really nice one for the coffee lover in your life. You could give it with a bag of coffee, or just as it comes, or with like one of the mugs that I've shown you just now. But yeah, I thought that was very nice, and with it being Fortnum's, I feel like it just makes it a little bit more special. And then also from Fortnum's, I spotted they've got these soaps in store. Now they've got loads of different ones to choose from if you visit their shop in Piccadilly. I think it's on the second, I feel like it's on the second floor they've got all of this stuff. They have a whole table of these soaps, and these are what I would call your posh your posh soaps, because they are coming in not too shy of £10 for a bar of soap. So they are, you know, your pricey soaps, but a beautiful gift. They're beautifully packaged. They also had one that I spied that had like a really lovely little London scene on it, so like a really nice gift idea for somebody if you've been to London, or you know, if you're traveling to London soon. And this one is the Christmas wreath soap, so orange, clove and cinnamon luxury vegetable soap. And although this is obviously, you know, knocking on towards the £10 price point, so many hand washes these days are way more expensive than that. So if for something that can wash your hands, and I think that would last a long time and smell incredible, comparing that to like the price point of some of your posh soap, hand soaps, you know, the liquid ones, I think is pretty good going. And then I do have a liquid hand soap option though, and I thought this one from Marks and Spencer's was fantastic. Again, mandarin clove, cinnamon. We're keeping with the kind of traditional Christmas scents here. And this one, you have the 2-pack, so you do have the hand wash and the hand lotion. Really nice little pump action containers, and they've got lovely little illustrations on. Aren't they sweet? And again, coming in at under £10 for that. And I think that does look very luxurious. You can get cheaper options of this. I know you can get some really lovely ones in the bargain stores as well, packaged up beautifully, probably for like a fair bit less than this, but I think this feels very luxurious. And you know, from Marks and Spencer's, like a bit of M&S, don't we? And then I have some candles to show you. These are more kind of like your decorative candles, and I just thought as part of like maybe a gift, or even just by themselves wrapped up, these were from Lidl, and I just think they look so kind of cool and designer. They remind me of the sort of ones that you would see in like Habitat or Heels with the design, and with them just being little fir cones, I just think they look classy. And they were like, what were you? They're not going to answer me, are they, unfortunately? But I forgot. Can you remind me? Come on, I'm sure you can talk. They were, I feel like they were either under £2 or maybe like £2.49, so a really good price. And then in IKEA, you might have seen my IKEA shop with me, where I took you around the Christmas bits in IKEA. I picked up this one thing, and the price point on this I thought was really good. You get 3, I've ripped this open like an absolute savage. Apologies, but being eager to show you everything. You've got your little ribbons in here. You could always switch those up if you didn't want the red, but they are made of metal, and I think these look much, much more expensive than the price point. How beautiful are these? The little house and the little leaves, or is that mistletoe? What are you in the middle? And then you've got the kind of pine cone, all kind of this brass. Yeah, fantastic price point. So with IKEA, if you're after these, you need to head to the Christmas section, which was actually near to the tills when I went into store, and then have a little look, because obviously, unless you see them hanging up, this packaging isn't going to be too obvious. It's not going to jump out at you on the shelf. So that's kind of like what it looks like if you would like to pick up some of those if you are going into IKEA yourself. But I just thought fantastic, fantastic value. And yeah, they look premium, don't they? So I was very impressed with those. And then you've seen this probably if you watch my B&M haul, but I just thought this was worth mentioning because it's £3.50 if it comes back into store. And I thought you could fill this up with really nice, you know, like festive biscuits. Actually in IKEA and in Flying Tiger, you can get the big tubs of like the little gingerbread or ginger cookies, festive cookies, that kind of thing. And you could just fill it up with all the same and have them in here for quite a reasonable price. And I think that would still then come in at under £10 and just be a really nice Christmassy cookie jar. And we're on to the last few things. I can't do this video without mentioning my book. It is coming in at over £10. However, with Amazon, they do have a pre-order price guarantee, which means that the lowest price that this drops before it's released will be the price that you pay regardless of when you pre-ordered. So thank you so much to all of you who've pre-ordered it already. And if you pre-ordered it at the higher price point, then don't worry, because if it drops, it will guarantee that price point for you, if that makes sense. So you will just pay whatever it drops to. And you know, the more that sell, the lower the price will go. So if you haven't pre-ordered already and you are thinking about it, it might, I'm not promising, but it might drop under the £10 price point. The last time I checked, I think it was just over £12. So we're not far off. You can spare the extra couple of quid. I'm kind of cheating, aren't I? But I'm hopeful. We don't know. I actually genuinely have no idea. You can see this one has got Helen written on it because she's going to get I have a very, very small amount of early copies to share with a couple of people. So yeah, that one's on its way to Helen as a little preview copy. And then the last couple of bits that I have to share with you. I showed these in my men's gift guide as well because I thought great for anybody into their walks. But of course, with them coming in at under £10, I thought I would share them on here. We have Norfolk and London walks, but you know, if you have a little look online or in your local bookshop, you may well find that wherever it is that you live in the world, in the UK, there will be one that's kind of local to you from, you know, a different author, potentially a different publisher. So worth looking into these if you know somebody who loves their walks. This one is 30 Weekend Walks London, and then we've got 40 Coast and Country Walks Norfolk. And then I have to mention this game again because this provided so much entertainment on my trip away with Kate and Luke. The Don't Get Got game, a secret missions game, great for travels, and essentially it's full of cards where it gives you little kind of challenges to do, but the idea is that whoever you're doing it to, your friends or you know whoever it is that you're with, they don't suspect you, so you have to kind of like do things in a way that they don't realise you're actually doing a challenge from here. So it is a lot of fun, a great one to take away, and as with everything else, under £10. I'm scanning around me because what I do is I film these videos and then I find something afterwards and I've forgotten it. So if that happens, it will be linked in the description as well with a little note from me saying, whoops, this was forgotten, but have a little look and I will let you know what that is. But I think that is everything that I had to share with you. I hope you enjoyed this video and got some inspo from it. As we are heading towards, you know, Christmas time, if there's anything else that I see, often I'll just see things in store that I don't bring home with me, so I will share those with you in my vlogs, or if anything else, you know, springs to mind, if I get anything else, I will share those in upcoming videos. So do make sure you're subscribed. Give the video a thumbs up if you found this helpful, and feel free to share it with anybody if you would like to drop some hints for what you would like for Christmas, and leave me a comment and let me know what you think is the best gift for under a tenner that I have shared with you today. But yeah, that is it for this one. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.